Hello Puffin Dreamers, how are you? And welcome to our special Puffin Storymaker show for Roald Dahl Story Day. What a day it is. We are going to have such a fantastic time together. Now, first things first, I've got a question for you. Of all the Roald Dahl books, do you have a favourite? It's a tough question. Mine would probably be James and the Giant Peach. What a book this is, especially when the peach gets really big. You know what? It might even be Matilda, when Miss Trunchbull grabs the hair of the... Or maybe it's this one, The Witches. The moment... I just think I really like Roald Dahl, but do you have a favourite? I'd love to hear what your favourite Roald Dahl book is. You can get in touch with us and tell us what your one is. All you've got to do is grab a grown-up, whether it's your teacher, whether it's your parent, whoever it might be, and ask them to tell us using the hashtag, which is Roald Dahl Story Show. Now, it's almost time for us to get started and begin this spectacular day. So first things first, let's get our bums in our seats and give them a good wiggle to get ourselves comfortable. Does it feel good? I bet it does. Then get your pens and your paper at the ready. I've already done that. Okay, my good people, it's time for us to begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, first up, we're going to join a Roald Dahl drawing challenge with none other than Nathan Bryon and Dapo Adeola, aka author and illustrator, to look up and clean up two fantastic books if you haven't read them before, and they have an amazing hero called Rocket. Now, the way this drawing challenge will work is really simple. They're going to both draw pictures, and we have to guess what they are. How do you think you're going to get on? Do you think you're going to get them all right? Well, if you do, get your pen at the ready and jot down how many you get right so we can count them up at the end. Nathan and Dapo, it's over to you.
Hey everyone, my name's Nathan Bryon.
And I'm Dapo Adeola.
And today we are going to be playing a Roald Dahl themed draw along with some familiar faces, aren't we, Daps?
Yes, we are. Nathan, are you ready?
No, the question is, are you ready, bro?
I was born ready, mate. I was born ready. So Nathan has a certain amount of time, 30 seconds to be precise, to guess which character from the Roald Dahl story I'm going to be drawing. And then I've got to do the same with him, and I've got to guess which character he's going to be drawing in 30 seconds. My money's on me personally. I mean, after all, I am the illustrator. So after all, my money is on me.
And I've been taking art classes on the weekend, so...
Oh.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. We'll see. All right. Again, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. Okay, so should we start the clock then? Yeah. Okay, circle. Is that a circle? It's an eye, a nose, okay, a face. Nice. I'm going for a beard. Wait, no, it's going to, is it the guy from the Twits?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes!
Yes! All right, cool. All right.
I was very good, actually, I will say.
You got that one.
I did.
Got that one. All right, your turn.
Okay, no problem. So, I obviously don't have fancy, drawing things like you, but I have the old
excuses already.
Pen and paper, so get ready for this. Okay, right. Start the clock when you're ready, because I'm so ready. Okay. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, maybe I have to do it like this.
No, I can't see it.
So maybe I have to look.
James and the Giant Peach.
What? How did you guess that?
It's a giant peach. It's a giant peach. James and the Giant Peach.
I'm glad that you could work out what my stick man was, because if it wasn't James, who was it?
Right. Stretch your wrists. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I just need references, okay? I have to get some references up.
I'm checking you weren't cheating. That's what I'm checking.
No, not at all, mate. Right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm just checking you are ready. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna just let you just draw it out a bit more. I don't know what. Oh, okay. Like a conductor, but there's no conductors in the books. Or like, a star. Star? Is it a star? In the books, there's.
Help. Do you know who it was supposed to be?
Oh, who?
It was supposed to be the Grand High Witch.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm drawing back to front like this. So, okay. Time start now.
What is that?
I'm literally doing this backwards from a mirror.
Is it the Trunchbull?
Wrong. Try harder. Wait.
Ooh.
Think about it. Look, this is not abstract art.
Is it the Grand High Witch?
No, that's not. You just did the Grand High Witch.
I don't know.
Look, this thing was like, yes, Matilda. Yes.
That.
What do you mean? Clearly Matilda. I mean, what
Yeah.
more do you need? Matilda.
Oh, so obviously Matilda.
Right?
So obviously Matilda. How could I possibly have gotten that wrong?
Yeah, I know. It was embarrassing, but you didn't. You got there. I'm ready. Time up. Let's do this. Okay.
Right.
Circle. Another circle. Oh, I'm gonna let you draw more because I'm liking where this is going. But I know. So, oh nice. The mouse has been eaten through lockdown. It's a mouse. I mean, it's a mouse. But carry on. This is great.
Where's the mouse from? What story is the mouse from?
Well, that looks great.
So
I'll give you that. Where's it from?
I feel like I can give you half a point. It's a mouse, and it is from The Witches.
Oh, of course. Well, that was a very, very good mouse. No, it was. I mean, obviously, as you know, I hold my artwork up to very high standards. So, are you ready for the next one?
All right, I'm ready. Bring it.
I hope you're focused, because what I'm about to show you is... Hold on. Yeah, we haven't done this one. I don't think we've done this one. Alright, okay. Timer. When you're ready. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right, yeah. Obviously, they've got eyes, because that would be weird.
Is that Mr. Twit from the
Yes! Yes! Are you telling me I shouldn't be an artist? Really? Wow.
Well, to be honest, I kind of guessed it because I'd already done it, but like,
you already
that was the very first one that we did. That was the very first one that we did. So I kind of guessed it because I already did it. But yeah, all right, cool. Have we done? I think we've done 3 each now. Yeah.
So have I won?
How many points? I think I won actually. No. No, did I get it? I did win. Yeah, I got Matilda. I got James and the Giant Peach, and I also got Mr. Twit. So you got the Twits. Yeah. You didn't get the Grand High Witch, and you got the mouse. So
I lost.
I think I won. Yeah, I think I won.
This game was rigged.
I think I won.
Okay, there's no prize, so ha you.
Apart from bragging rights, I mean, you know. But yes, I won.
Well, always a pleasure, Daps. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. That was great fun, and I'm not just saying this because I won. Right. You guys can play that game too in your own time and enjoy it. Good luck with it. And we are going to leave you guys now. We're going to pop back in later on in the session, okay? Enjoy it. Bye.
Bye.
Of all of our books, I don't think I can choose between them because it's safe to say that Roald Dahl's books, they're all fantastic.
I like Matilda because she's smart like me. Matilda. or she gets her parents back for being mean to her and being rude to her. She has powers, and that's the funny part. Matilda has really strict parents, and Matilda loves reading. She can move things with her eyes.
Did you know Roald Dahl invented over 500 words and names? I know, 500 words. I wonder how many of those you think you might know. Well, if you wanted to know, I suppose you could consult the Roald Dahl dictionary. It actually exists. And in fact, I'm very excited to say, calling in today's show is one of the fizz-whizzing human beings that helped compile it. In fact, I'm sure they'll give us a few ideas for creating wimple-scrumptious words of your own.
We all love Roald Dahl stories because so many magical things happen in them. It's hard to think of a Roald Dahl story that doesn't have a sprinkle of magic in it, or a big dollop of mischief, or even both. But Roald Dahl, that wasn't the only trick up his sleeve. He understood words, and that words could be preposterously powerful, even magical, if said and used correctly. Sometimes words work brilliantly when they're in two parts, like Oompa Loompa. And if they rhyme with each other, even better. Roald Dahl loved using words in two parts that rhymed with each other, like flavoury savoury, or fizzle swizzle. Try saying Ozimus Zozimus, or oily boily, or frazzle swazzle, or swizzle whizzle in a loud, powerful voice, and see what happens. If Roald Dahl didn't have a word for something, he made one up. You can make up words too, like abracadabra, which, if you listen carefully, is abracadabra backwards. Why don't you try saying abracadabra or hocus pocus backwards? It will very probably make the magic more powerful.
How delumptious was that? Thank you very much. Now let's see what we've got coming up next.
James and the Giant Peach. Wait. Matilda. No.
Ooh. Witches?
Witches. They all wear wigs because they don't have any hair, so they cover up their real identities with human form. Yeah. And then pretty much the scariest part was definitely when they all peel it off and they bring up the little boy on stage and they tell him to eat the chocolate, and he turns into the little mouse and he goes on and they try to stomp on him. That was the scariest bit for me. Oh, we're gonna be good at this one, I think.
Can you help me, please? Sorry. Can you help me? Does it begin with a vowel or a consonant?
Okay, go.
A vowel is either A, E, I, O, and U, and a consonant is every single other letter in the alphabet. Still don't. It begins with this or this.
Little boy's then, when he turns into the mouse,
Wait.
and you see how much there.
Mouse. Wait. Yeah, mouse. M-O-U-C. Mouse.
D, brother, oh sorry. D, R, A,
think I know.
So what was her name in the book? It starts with a G and ends with a D. Grand High Witch.
Now, one of the many reasons I love Roald Dahl books are the characters. They are so varied. You have everything from characters that are courageous and strong to characters that are evil and villainous. Oh, what a word, villainous. It makes me want to go, okay, I'm getting pretty carried away, and for good reason, because next we're about to hear a reading of one of my favourite Roald Dahl books, The Witches, and it's going to be read by a man called Stanley Tucci. Now, Stanley is actually starring in the feature film of The Witches, which we can watch next year, and it's safe to say I'm going to do just that. It will be fantastic. Basically, we're about to get a reading from a film superstar. How cool is that? But I do have two questions I'd like to ask you, and the answers are in what Stanley reads. Question number one. How many children do witches like to catch in a year? Tough question. Question number two. How many witches are there in England? Well, make sure you've got your pen and your paper at the ready, and when you think you know the answer, write it down, because I'll be testing you afterwards, my friends, because this one is a toughie. Now, it's time to get ourselves comfy in our seats, open up our ears, and let's listen to Stanley.
Sit back and relax whilst I read to you from the beginning of Roald Dahl's wonderful novel, The Witches. Chapter 1. A Note about Witches. In fairy tales, witches always wear silly black hats and black cloaks, and they ride on broomsticks. But this is not a fairy tale. This is about real witches. The most important thing you should know about real witches is this. Listen very carefully. Never forget what is coming next. Real witches dress in ordinary clothes and look very much like ordinary women. They live in ordinary houses, and they work in ordinary jobs. That is why they are so hard to catch. A real witch hates children with a red-hot, sizzling hatred that is more sizzling and red-hot than any hatred you could possibly imagine. A real witch spends all her time plotting to get rid of the children in her particular territory. Her passion is to do away with them one by one. It's all she thinks about the whole day long, even if she is working as a cashier in a supermarket, or typing letters for a businessman, or driving around in a fancy car, and she could be doing any of these things. Her mind will always be plotting and scheming and churning and burning and whizzing and fizzing with murderous, bloodthirsty thoughts. Which child, she says to herself all day long, exactly which child shall I choose for my next squelching? A real witch gets the same pleasure from squelching a child as you get from eating a plateful of strawberries and thick cream. She reckons on doing away with one child a week. Anything less than that, and she becomes grumpy. One child a week is 52 a year. Squish them and squiggle them and make them disappear. That is the motto of all witches. Very carefully, a victim is chosen. Then the witch stalks the wretched child like a hunter stalking a little bird in the forest. She treads softly. She moves quietly. She gets closer and closer. Then at last, when everything is ready, whoosh, and she swoops. Sparks fly, flames leap, oil boils, rats howl, skin shrivels, and the child disappears. A witch, you must understand, does not knock children on the head, or stick knives into them, or shoot at them with a pistol. People who do those things get caught by the police. A witch never gets caught. Don't forget that she has magic in her fingers and devilry dancing in her blood. She can make stones jump about like frogs, and she can make tongues of flame go flickering across the surface of the water. These magic powers are very frightening. Luckily, there are not a great number of real witches in the world today, but there are still quite enough to make you nervous. In England, there are probably about 100 of them altogether. Some countries have more, others have not quite so many. No country in the world is completely free from witches. A witch is always a woman. I do not wish to speak badly about women. Most women are lovely. But the fact remains that all witches are women. There is no such thing as a male witch. On the other hand, a ghoul is always a male. So indeed is a Barghest. Both are dangerous, but neither of them is half as dangerous as a real witch. As far as children are concerned, a real witch is easily the most dangerous of all the living creatures on earth. What makes her doubly dangerous is the fact that she doesn't look dangerous. Even when you know all the secrets, you'll hear about those in a minute, you can still never be quite sure whether it is a witch you are gazing at or just a kind lady. If a tiger were able to make himself look like a large dog with a waggy tail, you would probably go up and pat him on the head, and that would be the end of you. It is the same with witches. They all look like nice ladies. Kindly examine the picture on the next page. Which lady is the witch? That is a difficult question, but it is one that every child must try to answer. For all you know, a witch might be living next door to you right now. Or she might be the woman with the bright eyes who sat opposite you on the bus this morning. She might be the lady with the dazzling smile who offered you a sweet from a white paper bag in the street before lunch. She might even, and this will make you jump, she might even be your lovely school teacher who is reading these words to you at this very moment. Look carefully at that teacher. Perhaps she is smiling at the absurdity of such a suggestion. Don't let that put you off. It could be part of her cleverness. I am not, of course, telling you for 1 second that your teacher actually is a witch. All I'm saying is that she might be one. It is most unlikely, but, and here comes the big but, it is not impossible.
Another question for you. Did you happen to remember those 2 questions I asked? Did you get the answers right? Well, let's find out. So the first question was, how many children do witches like to catch in a year? The answer is 52. 1 child per week. That is yuck. I don't like the sound of those witches. Okay, how about question number 2? How many witches live in England? I think you know. It's 100. If you happen to get 152, give yourselves a pat on the back. And if you didn't get it right, but you gave it a go, give yourselves a pat on the back. Now, I have to say, I think the boy who gets turned into a mouse in The Witches is the bravest mouse boy I've ever heard of in my entire life. Imagine having to face the Grand High Witch herself. It doesn't bear thinking about, but it's all going to come in handy because it's time for you to grab your pens, your pencils, and your paper because Dapo Adeola is back and he's going to show us how to make the mouse boy from the Roald Dahl book, The Witches. So it's time to get ourselves ready because this is going to be great.
Hey everyone, so if you are just joining us, today we are going to be drawing a mouse from the Roald Dahl story, The Witches, okay? So to do this, you're going to need a nice piece of paper, like this one here, a nice sharp pencil, like this one here, a rubber, just in case we make any mistakes, and a nice sharpener as well to keep your pencil nice and sharp, okay? Right, so let's go. Right, so I'm going to start off by drawing a nice big ear. Let's say over here, a nice big ear. So when you're drawing, as with all my little tutorials that I do, I always tell people to press really lightly with their pencil. Don't press too hard with your pencil when you're drawing. Okay, keep the lines nice and soft like this, so that if you make any mistakes, it's easy to rub them out and correct them. Right, then we're gonna do another curve on the tip of this ear, just like this, going into our face and curving into our nice pointy nose at the end. And we're going to bring that in underneath like this, and this is going to form what's going to be our mouth. And because our mouse is eating a piece of cheese, I'm going to draw this curve just here. Okay. Now we're going to do some eyes for him or her, you can decide. Just 2 circles like this, and some dots here for pupils. You can press a little harder when you're doing the pupils. Okay, and now we're gonna do just 2 eyebrows, just raised like this. Okay, and we're gonna come back to the nose and draw a curve here, and just black this bit out. There, it's our nose. And let's see, the other ear. Right, so just a nice big curve like that for the other ear. And we're going to finish this ear off by drawing the outer ear, which is just a curve that goes around the curve that we've already got and ends here. It doesn't connect all the way, so it just stops there. Let's see, let's put some hairs, some little hairs, there we go, in the ear. And now we are going to draw our body, right? So it's a nice curve back here for the back, and then bring that all the way around here. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do the front, just another curve. And this time, following the same curve that we've got here, it stops there, and the front leg is here. Okay. Now we're going to draw the back leg, and the back leg is nice curved inwards line like that. And let's add some feet. I'm going to draw these a little bit darker. Some feet on both sides, so back foot there. Drew that a little bit too big. Right, there we go. Let's see, what's missing? Arms. Okay, so for the arms, curve this way, this, and another curve this way, and then the hands, because we're going to draw our mouse holding a block of cheese, because he or she is eating. And here's our block of cheese. Put teeth marks in there as well, like a tiny little block of cheese. Go. And some holes in our block of cheese as well. Right, so where are the teeth that made those teeth marks? Okay, so we're gonna go to the bottom of the mouth and straight line down, another line across, another line down, and then a line down in the middle, and there are some teeth. Right, what is missing? What is missing? A tail, a nice long tail. Right, so we will go from the bottom of the back of our mouse back here, and we draw a curve out like this, and then curve in here to the top of our page, and then we follow the same line back on the other side, and another curve like this, and then some lines, tail. This is optional, by the way, but I just wanted to add that touch. Right, so what else? Some little dots for our whiskers. And this is where the rubber comes in, and we can just rub out this line here that I've drawn when I was drawing the body, because then the hand can come all the way through. There we go, it's gone now. hand is all the way through. And now we're going to add some fur, okay? So again, keeping your lines nice and soft, just like scribble this in if you want to. Just for the fur on his or her body. Nice soft strokes line. You can make these lines a bit bolder now because they're definitely getting to their hair to stay, so you can make them a bit bolder now because we're not going to get rid of them. And then draw the softer lines, softer scribble lines for our fur. There we go. Almost done. And let's see what else. Oh, the back ear. Some scribble lines there. And just some lines underneath just to show some of the shadow on the floor that our mouse is standing on, so that it doesn't look like he or she is just standing in midair. The shadow underneath. And there you go. That is how I draw a mouse from the story The Witches, the Roald Dahl story. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have fun drawing your own mice as well. And please feel free to tag me on social media if you want to post up your pictures. I would love to see them, and I'd love to tell you how great they are because I'm sure they're going to be awesome. Okay, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the story time. Take care, bye.
How good was that? But I've got a confession to make. I may have gotten a bit carried away when Dapo was making a drawing and I didn't really listen to anything and made that. It's not very good, is it? I know, which is why I want to see your pictures. So please ask a grown-up to take a photo of your drawing and then via Twitter, send it to us using @PuffinBooks because I want to see your efforts. Dreamers, I'd love you to keep reading because I think books are the best thing ever. But in the meantime, I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye-bye!